What's up, guys? Joe Rod Trades back here. Just some exciting movement on Bitcoin today, so I figured I'd touch it. Normally don't touch Bitcoin. Let me fix this. So let's talk about the all-time high. We've got 73,835.57. That's what this line represents. We still haven't touched it yet. We have a measured move target to 75,298.12. Why is that? This leg here. This leg here, the open and close of it, which will probably go to the weekly, and this should encapsulate most of that move on the weekly chart on a 1 bar. You can see it pretty much encapsulated the whole bar, like I said, on a weekly. So it's your weekly measured move. So we have weekly long-term buyers looking at this price level. One thing to note from a bear perspective is that they have two things going for them. One is there is this all-time high here, so this could act as resistance. If we push past it, I anticipate that a lot of shorts that are going down are going to have their stop losses here. So those sell orders become buy orders, and so we'll get what's called a stop run. That might get us to this 75,298 level, and then we'll see some take profit here, and then likely a move back down into this level to retest it. If bears are there with sell orders, we should see some drive down. If bulls come back and re-up on the Bitcoin, we're going to see a nice move upwards, maybe to the size of some of these legs here that we're seeing. So something like a move like this, maybe up to a little higher to 80, probably 80K because it's an even number, and then maybe some resistance there. But for the bear case, if we come up, we break past here, we run stops. This is case one. We get here, we retest, and there's bears here. We're going to see accelerated selling down to this level. They're going to try to turn this leg into an indecisive leg where we can possibly range here for a little bit, and this could either turn into a bull flag or it could be some accumulation before some moves lower. Regardless, that's one scenario. Scenario two is we get here, we don't break past it, we don't hit stops. Maybe we do break past it, we don't hit enough stop orders, and bears start to come in. Why? Well, we have three pretty, we have a wedge here, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we have almost like a perfectly symmetrical wedge here as far as like the size of the legs, which this wedge failed, so we might have an overshoot with climatic activity here. So let's explain that really quick. This is all in the form of price action, no indicators or anything. This is leg one. Leg two is a little stronger, and then leg three is stronger than the first leg. Is leg three stronger than the second leg? It is stronger than the second leg. So there is strength coming in here by bulls. They're outbuying the sellers, clearly based on solely price action activity. If you want to measure the second leg as the measured move target here, you could see where price will end up somewhere in this general area where it meets resistance. And there's going to be selling at that measured move area. And maybe this was the selling, right? Maybe this was the measured move according to some people, depending on how they measured this. So maybe this is the selling at resistance at the measured move. And maybe buyers come back in and push us forward up. But we see there's some wedge activity here. There's some nested wedges. There is strength on these last two legs. So every leg was a little stronger than the last. That shows strength by bulls. This particular action is more of like this rounded action, if you can tell, like this exponential movement upwards. Whereas like this is not as exponential, right? It kind of does its little thing, kind of like coasts higher. Same with this. You see how it kind of coasts higher and coasts higher again. So this exponential move could be seen as climatic activity. And if you look, I'll dive in. It's taking a little longer than I wanted to, rambling a bit here, but just trying to give some ideas what this might look like from each side, from both bears and bulls. So if I dive into the 4 hour here, this little band here these dots kind of represent just moves based on range, and basically like represents volatility in movements. So if we're outside of these bands like this, it could be climactic activity. And if you look, you can see the moves upwards a little more in detail that I was explaining those legs and what they look like. They're definitely more bouncy, these previous legs, than this leg itself. It's just kind of jutting up. So again, this could be climactic activity. So just look out. There's exciting movements ahead. Just keep watching and just be prepared for whatever is going to happen.